This is Asia analyst and author of Nuclear Showdown, North Korea Takes Over the World, Gordon Chang, here in the studio with us. Gordon, thank you so much. This is a big announcement.
Well, certainly it's historic. We've never had a sitting American president meet with a North Korean leader. So that is important in itself. Also, we heard the South Koreans yesterday say that Kim Jong-un is committed to denuclearization. That is just absolutely stunning because we know that Kim has based his legitimacy on being the possessor of nukes. He had that written into his constitution in 2013, and it's a part of his Byung-jing line, which is a strong nuclear arsenal and a strong economy at the same time. He's got a lot of explaining to do to the North Korean people if it's really serious that he's going to give up his nukes. So we got to be skeptical.
Well, right. And just a minute ago, I asked you, I said, are you cautiously optimistic? And you said, yes, that's a good way to put it. Why?
Well, I think the sanctions are working, but because we know that, for instance, Office 39, which is the Kim family slush fund, is running low on cash. People say that the country's foreign exchange reserves are going to run out by October, but we're not where we need to be. Where we need to be is Kim understands he has no choice but to give up his nukes. And he's only going to be there when he has senior regime figures like generals defect. So that's maybe 6 months down the road, maybe a year. These talks are coming at a time when Kim thinks he can still game us.
Why would you ever ease up on this leader in a country like this that has just lied systematically over the last however many years? Why would you ever ease up on that?
No, you never ease up, and you don't ease up on Russia and China either. You know, George W. Bush eased up on Kim Jong-il, the father of the current leader. He did that in 2007 when he returned $25 million that we had frozen from a North Korean-sponsored bank. And then the North Koreans just pocketed the concession and walked away from what were then the six-party talks. So you know we've got to increase the pressure on North Korea in these coming months, not decrease it. Because Kim Jong-un wants relief from sanctions. That's the last thing that we're going to give him, because if we give it to him, we know what's happened in the past.
Can you talk about the significance of President Trump being able to reach this milestone in agreement to be able to sit down with Kim Jong-un, something that prior presidents haven't done?
Yeah, well, I think it's part because the North Koreans are afraid of the United States for the first time in a long time. You know, it's also, I think President Trump probably shouldn't have agreed so quickly to the talks, but there's one very important advantage for our president to do that, and that is to keep President Moon Jae-in of South Korea on side. Kim Jong-un is trying to drive a wedge between South Korea and the United States. Trump, by agreeing to those talks immediately, is preventing Kim from doing that. So that's a very important advantage for us.
You know, a real nice end game to this would be what we need to do with this country and have needed for a long time, is to get this regime out of power. This is obviously them at a weak moment, something maybe we could capitalize on. Is there any potential of getting these guys out of there so this country can change and we don't have to deal with this every 5-10 years? Well, what we don't have in the United States, and really never had, is a regime change strategy. And we can do that by just simple things like information. You know, North Korea is hermetically sealed, and that is a very important strength for the regime, so that the North Korean people don't quite know what's going on outside. Every time that the North Korean people have gotten a glimpse, there have been problems inside the North. So what we need to do, I think, is certainly this information campaign. They conduct political warfare against us. We should return the favor.
Well, as we heard last night, this is going to happen before May. Where, to be determined still. A lot of people are speculating South Korea, but we will certainly see in the upcoming days and weeks. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.